Deep within the cold, silent forests of southwestern Vermont lies a region wrapped in mystery, a place where hikers vanish without leaving footprints, where compasses spin wildly, where entire search parties walk in circles, and where locals whisper that the woods themselves are alive. This place is known as the Bennington Triangle, an area stretching across the remote wilderness of Glastenbury Mountain, the now abandoned logging towns surrounding it, and the thick, untouched forest that seems to swallow sound, light, and sometimes people. Between 1945 and 1950, 5 individuals disappeared here, each vanishing under circumstances so strange, so impossible to explain, that even decades later, investigators, historians, and the families of the missing are left with nothing but questions. No bodies, no clues, no signs of struggle, just silence. Some say the mountain is cursed. Others claim the land is sacred, a place early Native American tribes avoided entirely. There are whispers of portals, strange lights, predators unknown to science, and even the landscape itself shifting like a living maze. But the truth? The truth is far more disturbing. Human beings walked into these woods and simply ceased to exist. Tonight we explore their stories, the baffling timelines, the search efforts that turned up nothing, and the haunting theories that still linger in the cold Vermont air. This is the Bennington Triangle, a place where the forest watches and sometimes takes. Long before the disappearances captured national attention, the land around Glastenbury Mountain was already known as a place of unsettling energy. Native Abenaki tribes refused to hunt or build here, calling it the place where the 4 winds meet. A phrase that, according to historians, meant the land was spiritually dangerous, unpredictable, and capable of swallowing those who disrespected it. The earliest settlers of the 1700s tried to establish farms along the mountain's slopes. They failed. Crops died. Animals panicked. Strange wind patterns tore apart early cabins. By the late 1800s, 2 towns existed, Glastenbury and Fayetteville, but both suffered the same fate: economic collapse, accidents, disappearing livestock, unexplained forest noises, and a series of strange injuries and deaths. By 1930, the government declared the entire region uninhabitable. The towns were dissolved. The mountain became a ghost region, swallowed by wilderness once again. Then came the hikers. Between 1945 and 1950, Glastenbury Mountain would become the epicenter of 5 shocking disappearances. Midi Rivers, 1945. Paula Jean Welden, 1946. James Tedford, 1949. Paul Jepson, 1950. Frida Langer, 1950. 5 victims, different ages, backgrounds, and circumstances, but they shared something chilling. Every one of them vanished near the same stretch of forest, the heart of the Bennington Triangle. Locals started avoiding the trails. Hunters stopped going into the woods alone. Old-timers said the mountain takes someone every now and then. What makes the land so dangerous? Researchers point to several unusual geological and environmental factors. 1. Magnetic anomalies. Compasses malfunction. Metal detectors fail, radios lose all signal. Even GPS systems today often glitch or lose calibration. 2. Unstable soil. Deep sinkholes and abandoned mine shafts dot the mountain, some hidden beneath only inches of foliage. 3. Acoustic dead zones. Hikers report moments of complete silence. No birds, no wind, no movement. Just dead, heavy quiet. 4. Natural labyrinth terrain. Trails subtly shift over seasons. Vegetation grows rapidly. Even experienced hikers can become disoriented. But none of these explanations justify the disappearances entirely, especially not the ones where witnesses watched someone vanish within moments. Whatever is hiding within Glastenbury Mountain is older than the towns, older than the settlers, and older than the disappearances that made the region infamous. And in 1945, it would claim its first modern victim. On November 12, 1945, 74-year-old Midi Rivers, an experienced woodsman and hunting guide, led a group of hunters into the mountains. Midi was no amateur. He knew every ridge, every stream, every valley by heart. As the group returned toward camp, Midi walked slightly ahead of the others, only a short distance of maybe 30 to 50 feet. He turned a corner along the long trail. The group followed moments later. Midi Rivers was gone. There was no sound of distress, no footprints leading off the trail, no broken branches, no signs of a fall, no clothing, no rifle, no equipment. Searchers expected to find him quickly. They knew he would use survival techniques. They expected him to return to camp, but he never did. The largest search in Vermont history at the time was launched. Over 300 volunteers, police officers, military personnel, and trained trackers swept the forest. Dogs caught no scent. Trackers found no prints. Search teams covered every trail. Helicopters flew overhead. Creeks and ravines were checked. Nothing. It's as if the forest opened up and swallowed him whole. Locals whispered that the mountain took a man who knew it too well. Others believed Midi accidentally slipped into one of the deep shafts left behind by 19th century mining. But if he had, why was nothing ever recovered? Not a shred of clothing, not a bone fragment, not a tool, not even his bright orange hunting vest. For all the searching, Midi Rivers left behind only one thing, a mystery that marked the beginning of a terrifying pattern. This disappearance is considered the strangest of all, because it didn't happen on the mountain. It happened on a moving bus. In 1949, James E. Tedford, a veteran living at the Bennington Soldiers' Home, boarded a bus from St. Albans to Bennington after visiting relatives. Witnesses confirmed he was on the bus at the last stop before Bennington. When the bus arrived at its final destination, James Tedford was gone. His luggage was still in the rack. His bus timetable remained on the seat. A half-read brochure lay folded beside it. But James? He had vanished during the ride. People on the bus insisted he never got off. No one remembered him leaving his seat. The bus never stopped except at official stops. No one could explain what happened. Investigators reviewed every mile of road. No sign of him was ever found. Some speculate he stepped off in a daze. Others say he fell from the bus somehow, but windows were closed. Many believe Tedford's case proves the disappearances were not random. That something connected them, something invisible. Over the decades, many theories have been proposed. None fully explain the disappearances, but all add pieces to the puzzle. Theory 1. Serial predator. Some believe a killer hunted the region from 1945-1950. But the victims were different ages, vanished under different circumstances, left no struggle evidence, and a predator could not make bodies disappear completely. Theory 2. Portals or dimensional anomalies. Many hikers report sudden silence, vertigo, visual distortions, losing time, walking in circles without realizing it. These match reports from other global vortex locations. Theory 3. Native American curse. Legends say Glastenbury Mountain is a forbidden zone. Tribal lore speaks of spirits that mimic humans, wind beings, portals that shift locations, but this remains folklore. Theory 4. Wildlife or accidents. Logical explanations include mountain lions, sinkholes, exposure, hidden caves, yet none explain the lack of remains. Theory 5. The forest itself. Some believe the mountain has a personality, a geographical phenomenon that affects the mind. Reports include people feeling watched, sudden panic, deep disorientation, vanishing sound. Whether supernatural or natural, Glastenbury Mountain seems to influence perception in ways science cannot fully explain. The real truth? We may never know why. Paula vanished within minutes. Paul's scent stopped instantly. Midi left no trace. Tedford vanished from a bus. Frida reappeared where she couldn't have been. But the pattern is undeniable. Something in the Bennington Triangle doesn't want to be found.